We've been sailing on Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady for 9 days now, so it is high time for a ship tour. We are going to start this tour all the way down at the bottom of the ship and work our way up, and in true KJ Cruisin' fashion, I will be giving this tour while James is sick in bed. I feel so bad for the guy. It's just like his new cruise thing to get sick every time, but I'm not, so I'm going to show you everything. We are starting out on deck 4, where honestly there's not a lot to see. This is where you're going to find the gangway so that you can get off at port and explore. This is also where I hope you never end up, the medical center. It's more forward. I'm not even sure how to get there, to be honest, but I hope that none of us ever need it, so hopefully I don't need to show you it. We made it to deck 5, where there is a lot to check out. Keep in mind, we did do a super in-depth tour of the Valiant Lady, which is very, very similar to the Resilient Lady. So if you want an even more in-depth tour, check that one out. They're almost exactly the same, aside from a few like design differences. But right here, you've got Sailor Services. This is where you can get help with just about anything on board the ship. But if you are a rock star, then you actually get your own Rockstar agent, and you don't even need to visit Sailor Services at all. So depends on who you are if you're ever going to use that. And right across from Sailor Services, you've got Razzle Dazzle. This is theoretically a vegan restaurant or a vegetarian restaurant, but they do have a naughty menu, and the chicken here is so good. They do brunch and they do dinner, and the dinner is really where it's at. The brunch is a really good option if you are vegetarian or vegan. I'll be honest, the wake brunch I think is a little bit better. And right next to Razzle Dazzle, you've got a bathroom. Not really anything crazy exciting, but it's actually really helpful to know when you are sailing that you've got bathrooms all around the place. Right in between Sailor Services and Razzle Dazzle, you've got the Redemption Spa, and oh my gosh, is it nice in there. You've got a sauna, you've got a steam room, a salt room, you've got hammam beds, you've got a mud room as well. There's so many cool things in there. They also do massages, they do facials, they do different treatments. You can really get the works in the Redemption Spa if you have the Sailor loot. And right as you walk past Sailor Services, you'll find Pink Agave, the most aesthetic entryway in the whole ship, I feel like. This is where you can get some really yummy Mexican food, some really good tequila. I love the steak that they have here. It is so delicious. All of the restaurants are ones that you have to check out while on board, but Pink Agave is probably like up in the top 3. That is it for deck 5. We're moving up to deck 6, where there is so much to show you, so stick with me here. So deck 6 is where you're going to find all of the shops, and these aren't your average shops. There's a lot of vintage bags, a lot of your regular like jewelry, things like that you might find on a voyage, but there are some really special places that you can check out, like this right here. This is the dry dock. This is where you can get a blowout, you can get your hair braided, you can do so much hair-wise here. It's really cool, the options that you have. It starts at about $59 for a blowout, and honestly, kind of worth it. Right next to that, you've got Stubble and Groom, where you can get like your beard trimmed, pretty much like a barber on board. I am skipping over a couple of the shops that maybe you'd expect, but right here at the end, you've got the Virgin Voyages shop, and I am going to be so real, their merch is bomb. So many cool souvenirs. I'll have to take you on a full tour of that shop because I love it. Now keep in mind, the shops are going to be their busiest your first day at sea, but as you go through your voyage, near the end, you may or may not start seeing discounts. You might start seeing things get sold out as well, so it is a risk that you're taking, but I'm holding out on some of the things that I want until the last day because I really want to get a good discount. And right at the end of the shops, you've got Squid Ink, where you can get a tattoo or a piercing at sea, which is so cool. I know that the deposit starts at $200. I believe an actual tattoo starts at $500, and they use DermaShield over it, so that way it's a little bit more protected than usual when you get a tattoo. You still don't really want to go swimming after getting a tattoo, so keep that in mind and maybe book your tattoo towards the end of your voyage if you are going to go swimming. Another thing that's right at the end of the shopping area is Extra Virgin. This is where you can get some really good Italian food, and I mean like really good Italian food. It's probably some of the best I've ever had, and we spent over a month in Italy, so that's kind of crazy to say. Okay, this is just one side of the shops. We're gonna head over to the other side of the shops where they have even more things to check out. I told you this deck is jam-packed. Right in between the two sides of shopping, you've got this kind of area right here where a lot of performances happen, whether it's circus or a street performer playing music. You kind of never know what you're going to find here, I guess, unless you check the app for the agenda. And on this side, you've got the bar, just nice and central right here. It looks like they're getting ready for an event for Splash of Romance. So I'm going to get out of here real quick and keep showing you the shopping. As we keep going through, guess what? More shops. It's a port day, so they are closed right now, but a lot of things to look at over here. But at the very end on this side, you're gonna find Test Kitchen. Test Kitchen is an absolute culinary adventure. They change out the menu throughout your voyage, so every time you go, you might have a different experience. They focus on molecular gastronomy, so they're trying to give you all of these dishes that are outside of the box, super different than you'd normally have. The way the menu works is you just see one ingredient in each course, and then it's kind of like a surprise what they actually bring to you. It's really cool. Usually right here in the middle, you're gonna see them preparing your dishes for you, and it's just really cool to see all of the effort that goes in. They're very meticulous with the dishes here. Right as you make it through the shops, you're gonna end up at the casino here with this big giant screen behind me. There is so much to do, so many slot games to play, so many table games to play, so much camaraderie happens here. This is really where you can make a lot of friends and maybe make your money back for the voyage. There's also always drinks flowing over here because of course there's another bar. And right off the side of the casino, you've got your entrance to the manor. This is just one of the entrances, but this is the most fun entrance to go through. Let's see if I can get you a sneak peek. This is hands down the best spot to get your pictures, obviously. I mean, look at this. This is where you're gonna see things like dinner shows, regular shows. This is where the club's gonna be at night. So there's a lot of reason to come through here to see the manor. Right as you're exiting the casino towards our next place I'm gonna show you, you do see the cage, which is where you can pull out your earnings. And then there's a door right here that kind of looks like you're not supposed to go in, but you totally can. That's where you're gonna find the smoking room. There's gonna be a few slot games in there, and then quite a few ashtrays for you to, put out your cigarette and things like that. We don't smoke, so we won't be needing that, but I went in there for you to show you what it's like. And all the way at the end of deck 6, you've got the red room, which is another place where you can see some really amazing shows. They transform it, so sometimes it's a stage, sometimes they're ground level performing right in front of you. It is such a cool spot and another really cool entrance to come into as well. Okay, I love doing these tours because I find things that I didn't even know existed. Apparently, this is the den right outside the red room. It looks like just a really cool spot to hang out. I mean, look at those 360 TVs. That's not 360, that's like 180, right? Interesting. Who knew? We have officially made it through deck 6. Now we're heading up to deck 7, which is another deck chocked full of things. They really are packing it into these 2 decks. Right at the front of deck 7, you've got the Red Room Part 2. It's a 2-story showroom, so you can come up here if there's not so much room downstairs and get a bird's eye view. And as you keep coming through, you're gonna find the Sip. The Sip is a tea lounge and a drink lounge as well, actually. In the afternoon, it's where you can get your high tea, which I actually have booked for tomorrow, and I can't wait. Just FYI, if you want free tea, go up to the Galley. This is where you can get like really fancy tea with all the extra snacks and stuff on the side. And then at night, it becomes a place where you can get some really yummy drinks. Right as you head out of the Sip Lounge, right to your left, you're gonna find Get Lost. This is where you can book excursions or book your next Virgin Voyage. I'm gonna be honest though, the deal they're offering here isn't even as good as the deal that we have. So if you do wanna book a Virgin Voyage, make sure you use our discount code. I'm gonna link it down below, but it's gonna give you 75% off your second sailor, $200 in sailor loot, and up to $500 of instant savings. It's crazy that the deal on board isn't even that good, so definitely take advantage of that. It'll also support us, which is also like really helpful. Right in the middle of deck 7, you've got what I like to call the hang area. You've got a lot of seating over here, and you can actually see right down into deck 6 where there are performances a lot of the time, so you can just hang and listen to some music or see what's going on. And then right next to that, you've got the Draught House. This is where they have a ton of different craft beers and things like that. We've been using this as a little work area because we don't really drink, but if you do drink, a lot of good options for you, it looks like. As we pass the Draught House, we come up on one of the best and most poppin' places on board, Lick Me Till Ice Cream. This is such good ice cream. They change out the flavors every day with a couple of constants that stay, like the chocolate, the strawberry, and it is delicious. It tastes homemade. And I'm just a really big fan. You can get multiple different flavors of cone even. There's just a lot of fun options. Ooh, I just saw they have apricot sorbet today. I will definitely be back for that. But right as you pass Lick Me Till I Scream, you hit the pizza place. What a creative name followed by a not creative name at all. I feel like it's pretty obvious. The pizza place has pizza, and they have a new flavor every single day along with their staples. There's even an outside area for you to sit at to enjoy your pizza. Aside from pizza, they do also have some grab and go salads and things like that as well. But that's actually where it cuts off on that side. And if we keep going on the other side, we're gonna find the Grounds Club. For us, the Grounds Club has been another go-to work spot. There's just so much seating around there. You can get coffee, you can get boba, you can get pastries. What is not to love about the Grounds Club? And that's the Grounds Club 1. There's actually 2 of them on board. As you keep walking right past the Grounds Club, what? There's nothing like a ship that's made specifically for adults that makes you feel like a kid again. We've got some little merry-go-round guys, or I don't even know what you'd call these, but this is such a cool little photo spot. We've been really enjoying these throughout our voyage. We're gonna keep on walking through to the social club where there is so many fun things to do. They just have a big old chest of games. They do karaoke here. They do like this aqua pong game that's brand new to this ship. They do so many crazy cool games. They also have hot dogs and pretzels and popcorn, just all the fun things you can think of happen right here. Also, we love the hot dogs, which is really weird. We're not giant hot dog fans, but here, the hot dogs, fire. And as you keep on walking through, you have an adult arcade. All of these games are included, so you don't have to pay extra for them, and they're so much fun. I'm always shocked with how little time we actually spend in there. We really should spend more time over there, so if you're sailing with Virgin Voyages soon, make sure you spend some time in there for us. Another place we never spend enough time in is the Loose Cannon. This is another bar with a lot of fun drinks. There's, what is that thing called where you choose the music you want to have? Jukebox? Is that correct? There's a jukebox here. I think that's correct. I just had to go back through the social club to get out of there, and do not, I repeat, do not skip out on the sweets at the social club. They're so good. The cake popsicle, a heater. As we keep walking through, we're making it to the back of the ship where you'll find the dockhouse. They have so many good things here, like really good skewers. They have Opa Hour every single day where you can get different spreads of like Greek sweets, Greek appetizers, and it just has the best Greek vibes in there. It is truly the vibe. I just scared myself. I saw myself in the reflection and thought somebody was like watching me. But that's not all. If you head over to the right hand side, you're gonna head towards the dock. First, you're gonna pass the juice bar, but the dock right outside is gonna give you the most beautiful panoramic view of the back of the ship, and you can still get all of those yummy Greek eats and stuff like that out there. The best way I can describe this area is just genuinely vibes. Here's what it looks like from outside of the ship. It's just a huge area to just look right out at the ocean, really good snacks, really cool that they have the greenery and stuff like that out here. Not gonna lie, a lot of people are staring at me right now, so let's keep walking. We'll head right back outside, but there's one more thing inside on the left-hand side of the dockhouse that I should probably show you because it is definitely worth a mention. You're gonna find the Wake, and this is the fanciest restaurant on board. It's a steakhouse, and it is delicious. Do not miss out on the brunch. The brunch here is a 10 out of 10. Naming this restaurant must have been so easy because there are these giant windows while you're eating where you can watch the wake at the back of the ship. It's really, really cool to watch. That is it for the inside of Deck 7, but the cool thing about Deck 7 is this is the first deck where we can actually go outside, so let's do that. So right behind me is the dock that's aft, and then of course you've got your lifeboats, just an important necessity on board. Not really anything too exciting, but good to know you got them, right? I'm passing the outdoor area of the pizza place, and now we're to the lounging area here. This area has the most comfortable seating options. This is where you mostly see people taking naps and hanging out on their phones. Classic. I'm crossing over to the other side through some tunnels here. Nothing really truly exciting, but I found the potty area. There's an absolute good girl on board. Her name is Macy, and she's a brown lab, and this is where she's been going potty. I've been so curious. I love that she has some options. If you are somebody that needs a service animal, do not let that deter you from cruising. This is still a great place where you and your pup can enjoy, and I've loved seeing Macy around the ship, so please bring your pups on board. Watch Watch your step coming in. That is the gist of deck 7, but I did forget this one little seating area right here. This is right after the shore things, right before the grounds club. This is where you can get a book to borrow. I think that is such a cool idea if you want to be reading on board, but you forgot your book or you need a new one on a 14-day sailing. I'm sure people are flying through their books. I think that's really cool. This is also just a really nice seating area. I've seen so many people sitting here playing like Cards Against Humanity. It's awesome to watch people like make friendships and then playing games together on board. I'm a big fan of that. Oh my goodness, there is one other thing that I almost completely missed on deck 7, which is kind of notorious for going unnoticed. The groupie. This is where you could do private karaoke. Be warned, you can be heard from outside of the groupie, but nobody can see you, so it does feel nice and private, and like you get to have your own little show to yourself. They do public karaoke at the social club, private karaoke at the groupie. So they have different rooms in here for different party sizes. You've got the pink room for 4 to 6 sailors, which there's somebody in right now, and yes, I am hearing them, and yes, they are getting it. You've also got the blue room for 2 to 4 sailors, and the purple room for 8 to 10 sailors. Let's see if anybody's in these right now. So right now I'm in the purple room. You've got your couch, you've got your microphone, and you've got your thing to pick all your music. And lastly, right between the groupie and the red room, you've got more bathrooms. Love to see more bathrooms. That is it for deck 7 though. We're gonna keep on moving up, but there's actually nothing on decks 8 through 14. They're all gonna be different cabins. Our cabin is on deck 10 and I'll show you that as well. But let's skip right up to deck 15. Right at deck 15 forward, you're gonna have rooms to your left and to your right. So we headed right out to the left where you're gonna find the tune-up. This is where you can get IV treatments. You can also get pedicures, manicures, things like that. It's honestly kind of crazy the things that you can get on this ship. I'm telling you, you can do a full glow up on a Virgin Voyage. Yeah, I'm talking doing cool sculpting with an ocean view. That is insane. And then right across from that, you've got the scene. This is where they'll sometimes do like Scarlet Night parties and things like that. I don't know if I can go in here, honestly. I can. So it looks like during the daytime, people are using the scene as a nice quiet space, which I really enjoy and I didn't want to interrupt them. But at night, that does get pretty lit if you're invited. That's a place where you might not ever end up on your voyage, but if you're lucky, you might be invited. And just stepping right outside, you're gonna find the aquatic club. This is of course where the pool is. You're gonna find this pretty early on into your voyage because this is where the sail away toast happens. You're gonna toast to the ship, get some free champagne. You're gonna love this area. So many places to lounge and a little bar as well. As you pass the bar, you're gonna find all the little hot tub areas. Now these are the regular public hot tubs. If you have access to Richard's Rooftop, there are more hot tubs that you're gonna get little private access to. There's also another like smaller pool here, and then the other side to the bar as well. As we get towards the back of the ship, you might notice some fitness vibes happening, almost like an adult jungle gym out here, and you've got your showers on the side, but the gym is all around us and the track is right above us. So let's go ahead and go inside and check out the gym. Or better, the gyms. And we're gonna check out B Complex Burn and Bike. This is the side you're not catching James and I on. They have the eVolt 360 so you can get a full body scan. They do cycling classes right in here, obviously with an ocean view, of course. They look like so much fun. They also do HIIT classes and things like that throughout the voyage, so you don't just have to work out on your own, you can also do some group fitness as well. Now right across from that on the other side is the gym where you will be catching James and I when we're feeling good. The B Complex Build and Balance. Absolute opposite vibes on this side. But this room right here, although it looks like a ballet studio, is a studio for everything I love. You've got yoga, you've got meditation, and you've got bungee fitness. This is where they strap you up to right here. I wish I could try that out, but it is fully booked up on this voyage, so hopefully I might be able to sneak into one of those classes at some point. Moving on from the gym into something we can all relate to, food. Welcome to the galley. Right when you walk into the galley, you're gonna find quickies, which are just quick grab and go type foods like salads and sandwiches, and then a lot of seating as well. One thing that James feels feels really passionate about is that this is your reusable water bottle fill-up station, not Tap That Cold. If you fill up a reusable water at Tap That Cold, the part that touches your mouth of your water bottle has to touch the water spout, and then everybody else is drinking that water. So make sure you take the 5 steps over and fill it up at the reusable water station. But as you come through, you've got Tap That Cold, which is of course all your cold beverages, and you've got Tap That Hot, which is going to be all your hot beverages. Wow. Food-wise, when you come into the galley forward, the first thing you're going to see is Bento Baby, which is sushi. Then you're going to hit Diner and Dash, which has different food every day, but you're mostly going to find like mashed potatoes, omelets all day, things like that. You're also going to find Burger Bar, which of course is burgers with a new one rotating every day. Just know that every single place has something new every single day. You're going to find Well Bread with delicious bread and so many different options there, right next to the Sweet Spot, which has such good desserts. A lot of times people think that if a dessert is beautiful, it's not going to taste good. Somehow Virgin does both. I don't know how they do it, but great work to them. And right across from that, you're going to find the infused water, except for at breakfast. It's cereal at breakfast, but the infused water is delicious and such a nice touch. Right around the corner, you've got Let's Talk About It, which is usually tacos, but sometimes it actually switches over to be Greek food, which is really cool. Then you've got Noodle Around, which is different kinds of ramen. At one point they had pad thai, very delicious. Right past that, you've got Hot Off the Press, which is going to be different kinds of paninis and like avocado toast, things like that. Even right on this corner right here, you've got Pops and Bubs. This is where you can get champagne and you can get different kinds of popsicles as well, and they're really good. The chocolate covered banana one, don't sleep on it. On the other side of the galley, you've got the Grounds Club 2, which is of course the second Grounds Club, a little bit smaller but same offerings. You've also got the Daily Mix, which is going to be soup and salad. This was super busy at the beginning of our voyage, and now all of a sudden it's not so busy anymore. And as you keep walking, you're going to run into Gunbae. Gunbae is a first ever Korean barbecue at sea. They chef it up for you so you don't have to worry about cooking everything correctly, but you play drinking games, you make friends, you will be sitting at a table with other people, but it is so much fun. And get ready for some adventurous eating because there are a lot of options and they will serve you the whole menu happily. Right outside of the galley in the back of the ship, you've got another area with like a beautiful panoramic view. It's just a nice place to enjoy your food. We're gonna head up though to deck 16. Right at the back of deck 16, you're going to find some loungers. You're going to find the triple net where you can lay on this net and see all the way down 16 floors. It's pretty crazy. And then you've got another bar, some more hot tubs, some showers, and kind of like an adult playground. Super fun stuff up here. You've got the sports court right in the middle of deck 16. This is where they do free throw competitions, pickleball, fun things like that. You've got a little workout station right here. Throwback to James taking this on. Back when he was feeling good. You have lots of seating options up here leading up to the Sun Club Cafe. I'll be honest, this isn't my favorite place to eat, but it is a really cool vibe up here. They've got bao, they've got poke bowls, things like that. Definitely worth a try, I'd say. And then as you keep walking, you've got Richard's Rooftop, which we finally have access to. Thank you so much to Virgin for sponsoring this video and giving us this access. Let me show you what it's all about. Richard's Rooftop is full of private beds and loungers, private hot tubs, and they have sunset hours. So for 1 hour every day, you get free drinks. They just come around with champagne. They have like a whole menu you can choose from, and they also have some special food as well. So it's really cool to take advantage of while you're here. These beds right here, the trampoline ones, oh my gosh, impeccable. As we head out of Richard's Rooftop, we're gonna approach the second smoking area on board. You've got this cool little photo spot as well. We have one more place to check out. My camera's at 3% and it's starting to rain. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, I guess we have 2 more places to check out. This is the training camp. I haven't been inside of here before, but this is on deck 16, kind of hidden away from the other gym stuff. Okay, cool. This has a lot of the same stuff as the gyms have, but it seems a little bit more private up here. And then the door leads right out to the outside, kind of like playgroundish area that I was telling you about. I might have to take advantage of this later on our voyage. Let's see if we can get up to the track with the 2% I have left. As we're walking out there, I've got cabanas to my left. This is something that you can rent if you wanted to with like your friends, and you have your own private area, of course, with a sea view, duh. And I believe you have somebody come and like wait on you and bring you drinks and things like that. Could be really fun. I've personally never tried it. If you have, let me know down below. Oh no, I don't think we're gonna make it. We're at 1%, y'all. Let's see if we can do this. We made it to the famous red track. This is where you can run laps around the ship. You've got the famous Virgin sign right up on the ship. A great place to take photos. You've got the perch right in the middle as well, which I'll try to hit. Oh, I'm out of breath because I got nervous. We weren't gonna make it. We almost made it through the whole ship before my camera died, but it died right as we were at the perch. This is where they do a lot of workout classes. It is a really fun space. That is officially the full ship aside from the rooms. So let me go ahead and flashback and show you our room. I'm gonna give you a quick mini tour of our room. This is a little closet area. If you want something a little more in-depth, go check out our last Virgin videos. We did a full ship tour and we did a full room tour. So those will be linked right up here. This is our room. We've got our desk area. This is my favorite thing about Virgin. They always give us water. We are gonna ask them to switch our beds around. Not really sure why this is happening. We got our little seating area with all of our stuff on it. Our full bod mirror. And then, oh, I love our little, I'm gonna be doing a lot of work on that. And then our balcony with the swinging chair. I almost forgot to show you the bathroom. Here she is. We've got toilet, we've got sink area, and we've got the Virgin shower. Ugh, we love this thing. I still stand by that this is one of the best showers I've used. Very cool stuff. And lastly, I'll show you a couple shots of a Rockstar Suite as well. They are so cool. The shower in there is insane. You get alcohol included, you have records. It's a really cool room if you can swing it. But that is officially the full ship, the Resilient Lady. Thank you so much for hanging out with me through this whole ship tour. And guess what? James is feeling better. What a happy ending. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below so we can get talking about Virgin Voyages. I love talking about it. I'll see you in the next one. Ahoy!